Okay, cool. We are live. Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hope y'all are doing great today. We are here with Balto Token, and we're going to jump into it and kind of do a deep dive into it. Jenny was on the other day, but it was kind of hectic because we had multiple people on, so there wasn't really any time to focus on the project. So hope y'all
Yeah,
are having a great day. So how's everything going?
man, it's good. We're moving full steam ahead. It's hot as hell here in Florida. It's one of those days where it's like summer wants to punch you right in the face with no breeze, all the humidity you can get. And they're like,
Yeah.
we're not going to rain to cool it down, but we're just
Oh
going to give
no.
you all that humidity and heat and just like let you really feel what we can do.
Oh yeah, I understand. I grew up in Florida, so I know how that heat is and the
Oh,
humidity. So I lived by Destin up in the Panhandle
hmm,
for
yeah.
many years, and it's funny because out here in Texas and DFW, like people are like, "Oh my God, it's so humid," and I'm like, "Y'all don't even know humidity. Go to Florida once. Go to
Yeah.
Florida. That's humid."
What what are the odds that you lived in a town called Niceville?
I lived like 10 minutes from Niceville.
Okay. All right, I have a couple of friends from there, and I was just
Yeah,
like, what are the odds that you lived in Niceville and you knew these guys, and it's like
yeah.
really came full circle.
I lived in Destin for quite a while, and then I lived in Fort Walton Beach, which is
Hmm,
I
hmm,
mean, literally like 10 minutes from Niceville. So, and then
hmm.
I went to school when I was a kid. I went in Crestview up north. It's right off I-10, like 30 minutes north
Okay,
of Destin. So,
okay. Yeah,
where are
there's
you
a couple of
located
guys
at,
that.
Beth?
I'm same area as Jenny,
Oh, okay,
so
that's right. Yeah,
North
yeah.
Florida,
Jenny
Jax
said,
Mhm.
area.
gotcha. Very cool.
Yeah, so I met Beth in 2015. We were both. I was working for a private country club, and I was their membership and marketing director, and we needed a graphic designer, and I basically needed a good partner. And so I found Beth, and turns out that I'm from Alabama. She went to school at Auburn. I went to school at Alabama, and so we
That's
already had this
right.
like built-in
Yep.
rivalry. And then we worked together for like, what was it, 3 years at
Yeah,
Timuquana.
something like it.
Um, and just kind of really did, we revamped their website, we rebranded, like we did all the things for them. And it was a really cool time. It was fun
Yeah,
to work at a country club, honestly. It was very chilled and laid back. But that's how I
that's
met
awesome.
Beth, and we've stayed friends, and we both have a love for rescue dogs. And so when we started this project, and we knew the philanthropy was going to be based with rescue dogs. That's how we wanted to start. And I knew that we needed a graphic designer. It was a natural fit for us to ask Beth. Plus, she loves to
That's
do
awesome.
different things. I mean, if you ask Beth what she's done in her lifetime and she read you her resume, we wouldn't have enough time on this AMA. Like,
That's
she is
funny.
literally like the things that Beth has been able to do in her lifetime already is mind blowing.
That's
Not to talk
awesome.
for you, Beth, but like, just random days we'd be sitting at the office and she's like, yeah, I've got a tattoo gun. I've done tattoos before. And we're just like,
Oh my
what?
God. That's awesome.
So,
A jack
yeah,
of all
so that's,
trades, a Jill of all
oh, yeah,
trades.
for sure. So yeah, when we started Balto, we knew that we wanted Beth on board. And of course, her special dog
Yeah.
that we won't
uh,
say.
because
um,
the pup will be
yeah,
chunks up on
so
the screen.
Hmm.
Yeah, so we knew that we wanted to have her on board and glad to have her. So we're stoked. I feel like right now we've got a good team in place, and so yeah, we're just excited about this project. I mean, I know we
Yeah.
need to talk about Balto. We're like talking about other things, but
No, it's all good.
um,
No, yeah, that's kind of usually I'll ask people like how they, or I guess I can ask y'all both now. Like, when did y'all first get into crypto, or what kind of made y'all decide to get into crypto?
For me, my husband started the whole love of crypto. He's always been an investor in stocks and different things like that. And then
Yeah,
a while back, I mean, it's been multiple years, he started like dabbling into crypto, then he got more into DeFi. And so he kind of opened up my eyes to that world. And then he's been involved in a couple of projects. And when I decided, we saw the benefit of what a project could do and how it could fund other things. And
sure.
so, in my professional career, I've always raised money for different projects, or not even, I wouldn't call them projects, products. but it's always been things that I haven't been passionate for. Like I've sold direct mail, I've sold information systems, like I've sold all these different things. I've sold
Sure.
memberships, I've sold sponsorship spaces for like events and different things like that, but nothing
Sure.
that I was truly passionate about. And
Yeah.
so when I saw the benefit of crypto and like watching and learning through Troy and like learning all these things, it's like, what if we started a project where our investors can earn a passive income, but then also a portion of that can be shoveled off to a charity? Like, what if we
Yeah.
did something for our dogs that we love so much in these rescues where we found them? And so that's kind of where it started. And then we teamed up with Steve, we got Beth on board, and all of us, it just turned out like we knew what their impact could be, but we also knew that they had rescue dogs. And so we knew that they would be on board with it. So that's kind of how it started. But I
That's
feel
cool.
like even in the past couple of months, because we started in March, like with this idea,
Yeah.
and then we
Yeah.
launched in May. Like we're not even 3 weeks old from
That's how I was
launch.
just
And
looking. I
so,
was looking on the website and I was like, oh dang, yeah, this is like super new.
yeah, we started in March with kind of the idea. It's like, okay, so how can we put this all together? And we started networking with other groups and people that we've, been in with projects on and invested in groups. Like for instance, Brew Labs did our
Mm.
contract. Well,
I love Brew
Troy and
Labs.
I, yeah, we've been investors of Brew Labs since day one. And I say we because we talk about how we spend our financial money, and
Sure.
we talk about all those things. But we looked at them from day one, and we've been investors, and we love all of their products, and we believe in their products. So it
Yeah,
was kind of a no-brainer for us to say that Brew Labs was going to do our contract. And then they're
for
like,
sure.
hey, well, we can do X, Y, and Z. So then we did the staking pools, and now we do the treasury, like all of these things
That's
going on with
awesome.
it. Beth, I don't know if you want to talk about your crypto journey, because it's basically started with Balto.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's one of those things where Jenny and I love to pull each other into random projects. Like when I left the club where we met, I did some totally different stuff, like totally different industry, and then I went back into country clubs and led the launch of a new one and all this stuff. And so I kind of dragged Jenny and Troy into that project. So this is almost like payback. But yeah, it was really fortuitous for me because maybe end of last year I started looking into doing NFTs and launching it because I've done a lot of professional design and illustration, and I
Sure.
work mainly in marketing and communications. And so I was like, that might be something different to try. Like, why not? You got one life. Why not try a million things, like Jenny said I do?
Seriously.
So,
Yeah.
it just worked out really well with the timing of me already looking into it. And then, same type of thing as she said, of dabbling a little bit, but not really necessarily understanding it. It's kind of like
Sure.
monopoly money.
Right.
You're just like, okay, yeah, it's there. I did something, I guess. Maybe it's like my 401k. Sure, it exists.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So,
what I love that Beth brings to the table is that because maybe her background isn't in crypto, she's got a different perspective and a different outlook on ways that we can promote ourselves, and kind of
Sure.
out of the box thinking. It is out of the box thinking. And so I like that what she's able to bring to the table, not just with her graphic design, but just with her marketing experience. It's like, well, what if we came from this angle, or we tried to reach these people in order to grow Balto? And so I think that knowledge just is invaluable because, sometimes, especially like if you have been in crypto and you've seen these projects and you've been a part of all, and you've heard the FUD and all this stuff, like you're kind of, your brain is trained to a certain way. But for someone who has a
Exactly.
fresh eyes, you've got a fresh set of eyes, and you're coming into this experience and you're coming into this project, and you can kind of see the holes in a project. And it's like, well, what if we did it this way? Why
That's
don't we try
awesome.
it? And so
For
I
sure.
like that we are not like old curmudgeons in the crypto game. We're just like, hey, we are women, we're chicks we're figuring it out, and we've got this idea, and we know it's going to work. We're going to team up with the best people. We're only going to have the best contracts and the best lines of service. Like everything we do is going to be top notch because we want this project to work. Like for
Yep.
me, in my past worlds, like just kind of tying all of those things together. Like I love the international piece to crypto. You know, I've traveled the
Hmm.
world and different. That was kind of my MO back before I moved to Jacksonville, as I was international, like traveling for an international association. I've worked on a cruise ship. Like I've always loved that,
Good
connecting with
Lord.
other
Y'all
cultures.
have done all
And
kinds of stuff.
oh yeah, oh yeah. But
That's
crypto
awesome.
allows you to bridge that gap. Like you are
Yeah.
coming together. Like, you know, just take our mods for instance. We've got a guy that's in the UK. We've got a guy that's in Canada. We've got a guy that's in Nigeria, and we all are like this little family that we sit there and we're able to talk and really get to know each other. But then they
Yeah.
give us honest feedback. They're like, "This is what your community wants," or "This is where I think you should make your next move." And they're keeping our group going, and it's just, to me, I love that vibe of everyone being able to come
Hmm.
together and give their own professional experience and their knowledge to benefit each other. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, I have knowledge from here, so I'm going to add this layer, and we just all add it together.
That's
And
awesome.
so far
Yeah.
we've
I
just been
love I
jamming.
love the
It's
crypto
been,
space like that too, because I've met such cool people and have been making friends with people from all over the world. You
yeah.
know, it's like, what other opportunity do you have to like connect with this many people from like every inch of the world? Like, there's people involved in crypto, and it's
Hmm.
just really amazing, you know. And like you said, like people from another country, you know, they may have a completely different idea than what somebody has in the U.S. or something on marketing and different things. So it's awesome. It's really cool
Yeah.
to collaborate
What
with
I
other people.
what I see crypto as, and if, you know, and there's so many different ways to look at it, and there's so many different things you can do with crypto. But the way we're kind of looking at it as is like, here is this project where it literally can be a win-win-win for everybody. If this project goes well, then our investors make money. And if our
Yep.
investors make money, they'll continue to invest, more people will invest, and then look at what happened. Like we have this wallet here for charity, and it keeps on building because the more we grow, the bigger the charity gets. And so
Sure.
it just, to me, it's just everyone wins if we grow the project and if we're
Exactly.
successful. And so our goal right now is to try to like, what can we do to add revenue streams and to add different things to grow our ecosystem, so we're not reliant on just the token. We've
Yep.
got our NFTs. We're going to launch or, you know, we're going to do all these things just to continue to grow, and it'll just benefit the project and just
Exactly.
Yeah,
continually
and I think like
makes it
just
grow.
bringing value not only to us but like our community is
Hmm.
huge. And I think that's where the charity element really works to our benefit, is that is a universal language.
Oh, for
Um,
sure.
that's something that
Everybody
like,
loves animals. Everybody
yeah,
loves animals.
exactly. And I think you know, having that's one of the things that like our mod team, as well as having Brew Labs be partners for so much, that unification and just the value everyone brings, it really, you know, is a great totem for us.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Yep. I agree completely. I'm gonna shout out a few people here. We jumped right into it. I haven't even said hello to anybody. I hope everyone's having a good night. John Wick was the first one that mentioned here. Like the stream. The let's see. LFG people like the stream. Sub to the page. It's highly appreciated. Yes, absolutely. If you aren't subscribed, please do so, and hit the like button if you don't mind. And let's see here. We got Super Salmon in the house. Hello there. Is Super Salmon from your community?
He is. He's one of our mods.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
Talk to.
If you don't mind, just to give a quick shout out to our mods. We've said it a million times, but I don't think I can say it enough. So we've got Crims, we've got Super Salmon, we've got Messy Sharks. Those guys are so legit. And
Nice.
Messy and Salmon, they just actually launched their own project. It's called Ocean Space,
Oh,
and
okay.
what they're trying to do is they're wanting to be a space for like AMAs and just a cool community to come together to talk about your projects and stuff. And
Sure.
those guys, like, their business, they're great at what they do. I mean, I can't stress it enough. If it wasn't for those guys in our space and in our Telegram, we would be dead in the water. Like, I look to them for information, I look to them for their feedback, and they're just on it. They're also on it with like all of the filters and the things. Like, they can create a
Nice.
space, and they can create and get the bots and get the, negativity. Like they're in there and they're on top of things. And so
That's awesome.
Ocean Space, check them out.
Yeah, I
I
just
told
wrote
them, I
it
was like,
down.
yeah,
I just wrote
whatever
it
I
down.
can
I'll check
do
it
to
out.
like help those guys out, they're legit. I love those guys. We're already talking about, like, how can we meet up?
Yeah, right.
We're always
Exactly.
like sharing photos. It's like, I'm having a beer here. I'm having a beer here. It's like, damn it. Like, how do we all come together? Because
Exactly.
they're a cool group of guys. And like I said, they've been so helpful for us. And I love that they're starting their own project. And I mean, it's basically brand new. Like literally yesterday, they started posting things and they created their own Twitter. They've created their own Telegram and stuff.
Nice.
And
I'm
it's
gonna check
just,
it out tonight, later.
yeah, Ocean Space. They're cool. They're a fun group of guys. And
Cool.
actually, Seven, he's got COVID right now. He says his throat's not doing great. So he probably won't do a BC anytime soon and talk. But those guys, I would highly recommend them. So just
Cool.
a
That's
little
awesome.
sidebar shout out
Very
for
cool.
them.
Very cool. Chaka,
Mhm.
how's it going, bro? Racket Club in the house. Always here representing. Appreciate it, brother. Let's see. Realism Trip is in the house. Thanks for joining, man. Armed to fight you. Shannon Thomas. Hope y'all are having a great night. And TJ Balto team. So who's TJ?
TJ is my husband.
Oh, okay.
So,
Gotcha.
so he is a part of the team, but
Okay.
when I decided that I wanted to do a project, I wanted his experience, I want his knowledge, and I want his help, but I want him to stay out of it.
Right.
I wanted to run the show. I wanted to
Yeah.
be the one, I didn't want too many cooks in the kitchen. So I said, help me get it
So
off
if you
the
have
ground.
questions, you
Help
can
me.
ask him. But then if you
Exactly.
don't
So
need a
he's
question,
helped.
then just stay away.
Exactly. Like
That's hilarious.
you're needed when you're needed. I'm kidding. No, he's been great, and he really has helped us form all of the connections and everything. And he's a valuable member of our team. I'm not discrediting it one bit, but it's when we started it, I was just like, if we're gonna do it, this is how I want to do it, and this is how I want
Sure.
it to be structured. So if you don't mind, just to be kind of like the cheerleader on the sidelines and like doing everything for us that you can, but
Yeah.
let me run the show. So
That's awesome.
yeah. So
Very
TJ's
cool.
there. Thanks, appreciate it, but
Oh
you
yeah,
probably
Messy
won't see his
Shark.
face anytime soon.
That's funny. Messy
Oh,
Shark said
dude.
it's nearly 1:30 a.m. where they're at. Wow.
Yeah, he's in the UK, and so he'll stay up and listen to us. He told me about killed him the other night because he was listening to our live stream, and he's
Oh,
like,
gotcha.
yeah.
He's probably passing out trying to
Oh,
watch it.
oh yeah.
That's funny.
They're
Max,
a
how's it
devoted group
going?
of mods, though.
Yeah,
they're
that's
all
awesome.
over everything,
Mhm.
whether it's the
Mhm.
Telegram or Discord. They keep us in check too.
Mhm.
Very cool. Very cool. That's awesome. Armed to fight you, Max. How's it going, bro? Shaman says it's in the house. NATO Nation. So yeah, I don't know. I think I told you the other day.
Yeah.
This is NATO Nation. I'm Texas Tornado, so we are.
How did you start Texas Tornado? Like, where did Texas Tornado come from?
So I've always been like a storm junkie. I love storms, and like my bucket list goal is to like go like legit tornado storm chasing.
Storm chaser?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Like I want to do it someday. Me and my brother have talked about it since I was a little kid. And
What was the movie? Twister? Was that the movie?
Yeah, Twister.
Yeah.
So I just love storms. You know, I've always been fascinated by tornadoes and stuff. So and then I've just used it for like an email and stuff for years. Texas Tornado. You know what I mean? So I was
Is that
like,
your
well,
original AIM handle?
Yeah, right. So I kept it with that because I was like, well, should I create something different for crypto? And I'm like, yeah, I'll just stick with that. Why not? Just stick with it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's been but I love the tornadoes and stuff. Most people are scared to death, and out here there's a lot of wild weather in Texas. You know, there's lots of hail, lots of storms pop up, you know. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get to go storm chasing here in the next year or two. It'd be super cool. Most people think I'm nuts.
Were you affected a couple of years ago? Where was it that they had like that crazy snowstorm where like things froze?
Yeah, like all of DFW, like the whole Metroplex was shut down for like a week, like over a week.
Yeah.
we were without power for like 4 days. There's some places that were without power like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Isn't that
I had a
crazy?
friend I have a friend that lives in Wimberley, Texas. They have a farm out in
Yeah.
Wimberley,
Yep.
and she was showing us photos like via Facebook and everything. But she was showing us photos, and they were without power for a long time. I mean,
Yeah.
having to borrow things from neighbors and things like that, and
Oh, it was
trying to
crazy.
defrost. It was, yeah, it was
It was,
really crazy. And
yeah.
they had
It was like one of
animals
the,
and stuff trying to take care of.
yeah. It was one of the like
Mhm.
most expensive disasters that ever hit North Texas, just from all the broken pipes and stuff. There's like
And just not
billions of
being prepared.
dollars. Yeah. Billions of dollars worth of
Mhm.
insurance claims and stuff. It was nuts. We got
Yeah,
Legal
that was
Alien in the
like
house. What's up, bro? How's it going? Another fellow YouTuber,
nice.
always, and a good friend here. So good to see you, bro. All right. All right. We'll continue on here. Sorry, I was just trying to
Yeah, that's
catch up
cool
on some
that
of the
you have
chats here
that,
for
that
a
they
second.
like they pop in and say stuff. That's really cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. We all support each other. Like all of us YouTubers and stuff, completely support each other, and it's been cool. That's really, I mean, that's why I ended up starting my channel, is because other people told me to start it. And they're like, just start a channel, and then like everybody's just cool. It doesn't matter. There's some of the YouTubers have thousands and thousands of subs and stuff, and we're just like a big family. Like I can reach out to any of
Mhm.
them at any time, and they'll give advice and stuff. So it's
That's
super cool
awesome. Yeah,
space,
that
definitely.
uh, the live stream last a couple of days ago. That to me just I wish I would have had a pen and a pad because some of the stuff that who was the guy that wasn't on video that was talking.
Oh, I'm trying to think here now,
He had like was it Austin something or
because we had Travis from East Saitama.
mhm. And then he had
Um,
Sean, and then the guy that like came from dinner or something. Anyways, he had
oh,
a
I
lot
can't
of
remember who it is
knowledge.
now. Like I do so
Yeah.
many streams, like I'm completely blank now who it was. But yeah, yeah, a
And
lot of
then
people
even the
have like,
guy, Travis from Tama, like talking to him about
yeah,
his mobile trade show or virtual trade show. It's
yeah,
just
that's
to
crazy,
me,
right?
yeah, it's so cool. I mean, I guess when the whole time he was talking, I was just thinking about how in my one of my old jobs, how I used to sell that space and like how that would have worked now
Yeah.
if I was still in that role, if we had to transition to some kind of virtual for COVID reasons or whatever. That just
Hmm.
blew my mind, like sponsorships and different, things you
It's
have to
crazy,
think
right?
about. I mean, but it's
It's
also
wild.
cool because if you did something like that, the opportunity for sponsorships just skyrockets versus doing something in person because anyone can
Exactly.
sponsor something if you're
I
looking at it in
know.
person.
Yep.
Then saying like, oh, well, you're only going to have X number of people actually attend this trade
Yep.
show or whatever it is. So I
With
thought that
virtual and
was
stuff like that,
brilliant.
yeah. Yeah, like in the metaverse, I mean, it's limitless. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
advertising and stuff, it's just limitless. It's crazy. Like I'm excited to see how it all develops over the next few years. It's gonna be pretty
Do you
wild.
think we're all just going to be hanging out in the metaverse?
A lot of people probably will be. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people will. I think, which is crazy. It's like, man, like everybody's it's kind of scary because like it's just secluding people from one another that much more. And I like being out and about, like meeting
Hmm.
people in person and stuff. But
Going to turn
but
people into even more like introverts and like staying
yeah,
at home to
Yeah.
like only talk to people.
that's the only thing that scares me about it. It's like, I don't want to be where I'm just like at home 24/7 and like that's just life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it's got more benefits than downfalls in my opinion, especially for like corporations and stuff that have people from all over the world that are employed. They can have meetings in there and stuff like
Yeah.
anytime, like everybody can come. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
just
It's
mind
also
I
blowing.
scary for advertisers though, that like
uh
you can have instead of normal DOOH, you'll have like digital out of home.
yeah.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah. And
that's
there's
I
great,
think
but
and I've
also
heard
like
like
that's
you
all
know
you'll see.
yeah, and I've heard like, if like different whatever metaverse, whatever project it is, like if you own land and you can build buildings or houses and NFTs and stuff in the metaverse, But then there's people talking about doing like, leasing like built digital billboard spots, so like if we owned a bunch of land in the metaverse, we could lease it out to companies to have
To
like digital
advertise.
billboards and stuff. It's
Yeah.
insane.
I
It's
love
absolutely
I
insane.
love the idea of the concerts in the metaverse. I would
Yeah,
totally go to a concert in the metaverse. I
it
think
would be
that is
cool.
super cool. And I
Yep.
also think that probably COVID pushed this probably faster than what it would have normally
Guaranteed.
gone to. Yeah, I
Guaranteed.
think,
Yeah.
it probably was already on a trajectory to grow, but I think everyone being at home and wanting that connection somehow
Yep.
probably really pushed everything
Absolutely.
forward because, I
And
mean, now everybody feels safe in their space. You
yep.
feel this is where you feel safe is in your home.
Well, that you've
Exactly.
already had to think about, like, how do I connect with these people? And
Yeah.
Yeah. How do I do my business? How do I
yeah,
work?
I
How do
mean,
I do all the things?
Yep.
it's already at the
Exactly.
forefront of people's minds. So they're like, I can utilize this not only for this, but for, this other system.
People
Yep.
are so
Exactly.
smart. It blows my mind. Like when people's there, I've listened to a couple of different AMAs and on Twitter Spaces, and the things that people are able to do, like, good on them. It blows my mind the things that people are able to think about and create and know how to do. Because for me, like, I understand a certain amount, but my limitations, I know where they are, and
Oh
so
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I
And
people
there's
know
some
that
most
people
get
in
people
this
that,
that do
space.
everything.
Yeah, there's people in
yeah,
this space that whether they're developers or whatever, just other people like even in like my chat sometimes. I've got a couple people that are programmers that are in my chats regularly, and it's like, bro, y'all are like geniuses. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah,
I wouldn't even know where to begin with the stuff that they're doing. So it's
yeah.
just crazy. It's so cool. I love it. Um,
Yeah, I learned a long time ago with a job that I had that if you don't know what you're doing, just surround yourself with people that know what they're doing, and then you just
yeah,
kind of learn by, like, that's how you learn by association.
yeah,
And so anything
exactly.
that I've ever done, and Balto's included, I've always tried to just surround myself with the smartest people that I know or that I think I can connect with to do it, because I know that I have my own limitations when it comes to certain things, but I know
Yep.
that I can create a team that
Heck yeah.
is very strong. And so I think that's what we've done
Absolutely.
here with Balto.
Yep.
Um, and Beth's a big part of it. Beth's going to be doing our NFTs, and we're excited about that.
Have y'all started
We've
working
done
on them yet?
we started
Yeah.
working on it.
Have you?
I'll let you talk about it, Beth, if you want. I mean, I've got my thoughts about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of started drawing stuff out, sketching things out. Jenny and I
Cool.
met up like last week and kind of started talking through some things, but we also have started really kind of doing the deep dive side of it and
Sure.
getting
Yeah,
more of the logistical elements worked out.
yeah,
And I think, really our goal and like mindset when we go into that is the same thing as when we started the project, that we want the same consistency and continuity that people are expecting of us, and we
Sure.
want to deliver that. And so we're really trying to make sure that we have the subject matter experts, that we have
hmm
everything to the top tier that we can, and then go beyond that and really work to be the best possible
That's
project
awesome.
overall. Like Jenny and I were talking about, it is truly an ecosystem because it's not the singular element of the project, and the NFTs won't be a singular thing either. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
it's part of the full developmental side of
Sure.
what
yeah.
we're doing.
So
I mean, we know. Oh,
does
go ahead.
Brew Labs do they help with NFT contracts too? Do they have
They
anything?
can.
Really?
Yeah, we had a call with them the other night. They could go as far as develop our own marketplace if we wanted to.
Really? Okay.
And so
I was
yeah,
curious about that.
yeah, so they do have the capabilities to do something like that. For us, we
Sure.
think because we are new, it's not smart. Like we want to be on somewhere like OpenSea where we can get the maximum visibility. If we, I would love if we grow to the place that we want to grow and we're able to have our own marketplace, by all means. Like I would love to be the place where other artists can come to us and they can
Heck
list
yeah.
their NFTs at our space. Like, I would love for that to be a place, but for us getting started, obviously that's not the right move. So we want to be somewhere where we can have maximum visibility, but we also don't want to be hasty. And I know we all get excited when, we're brand new and we've got
Oh
some
yeah.
momentum going, but we want to do it right. We were very thoughtful on how we launched Balto. We were very thoughtful on how we did everything. And now that we've launched and we're kind of looking back at things, it's like, okay, this is the pace that we're comfortable with. Let's like really hone in and do things right. And so for us
Sure.
right now, we are going to launch our NFTs. More than likely, it'll be in quarter 3, like we said in our
Sure.
on our paper. But we're excited about it, and I think we've got some really cool ideas. Beth is a great artist. We were talking about her last week on an AMA, and one of the guys that did it was a Ninja Lounge. He types up in our Telegram, and he's like, "Hey Beth, I hear you're a great artist." And automatically, Beth, before I could even say anything, she posted like some hand drawn stuff, and I was just like, "This is the thing. Like, we're not,
That's
we're
awesome.
not BSing around." Like, she's like, "This is some hand drawn stuff that I've done. Like, just check
That's
it
cool.
out or whatever." And everybody could see, like, we're talking about it, but we are legit. We're
Yeah.
we're not just kind of blowing smoke. We're
Like,
doing what we
unfortunately, a
say.
lot of them do.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
that availability makes a difference to people too.
Yeah.
That like
Hmm.
we're actually friends in real life, and like if I have a
Yeah.
question about something, or if Jenny has a question, like we'll totally jump, on a call or text, whatever we need to. And it's,
Hmm.
it might go from that to, hey, look at this stupid meme I'm sending you at the same time.
Yeah.
That
Right.
happens a lot. And I think, we kind of have that intuition. Like Jenny didn't have to ask me because I knew, like, hey, they're doing it. I'm at work, but like I should be, to some level available. And so I knew
Yeah.
kind of
As I
like
was typing it out, I was like, not to put you on the spot, Beth. Yeah.
yeah,
I was literally texting. I was like, not to put you on the spot, Beth, but, and she had already posted, and I was just like, yes, that is
Nice.
why
Yep.
we were on a team together.
yeah,
And the cool part
So,
is y'all have known each other for years, Like, I see a lot of projects where like people have never even met in person. You know what I mean? That's crazy. And I mean, they're
yeah, this is like,
successful, but there's people I've never even met, just through Zoom and stuff.
yeah.
yeah.
I think what
No,
Jenny said
we're,
is thoughtful deployment of things and making sure that
mhm.
everyone sees that we really are in this just as much
Yeah.
community as they are.
Sure. Yep.
I think
Absolutely.
I think right now one of the bigger things that we need to do, because we have put focus on, we do want to get back to our charities, and we do have 2 charities that we've already partnered with. We've got a third one that we need to put on our website. And
Nice.
so, before we launched, I envisioned, I thought, I obviously understand the market, and the market is crazy, but I was wanting to give like thousands of dollars to these charities, and like we're going to give $10,000 at our first charity drop and these things. And obviously the market's just not that right now. Like, we don't have the
Oh yeah.
volume that we want, but we
Yeah.
do have a significant amount. We have a few $1,000s in our wallet. And so I think to keep on our word, because that's very important to me, I want to do one of our a charity drops soon. And so,
That'd be cool.
obviously I wanted to wait for like a perfect moment to where it's like, yes, we're going to do this thing. But I think
Sure.
what's most important now is to keep our word and to stay honest to our investors. And we said that we were going to donate money to charities, and we have 2 already lined up that are ready
Nice.
to go and are excited to receive money. And so, I think probably the first one we're going to do is the Nassau Humane Society. It's listed on our website. And that's where we got Ellie, who's one of my dogs. I have 2 dogs.
Okay.
Have you been to our website yet?
Yeah. Let me actually. I've got
Okay.
it here. Hold on one second.
So
I'm
say
gonna pull it.
if you look at our dogs, I can kind of explain about a couple of them.
Yeah, I've dug around on y'all's website, and I've went through everything pretty good.
Yeah, we
Let's
still
see
got a
here.
couple of changes to make, but
There we go.
oh yeah, there they are.
There's
So
the babies.
Ellie and Penny are my 2, and Ellie came from the Nassau Humane Society, and that'll probably be our first charity that we donate to.
Okay.
But Ellie, she was found in Georgia, in Waycross, Georgia, and the the group that picked her up was a kill shelter. So there was a shelter in Waycross, Georgia, and the Nassau Humane Society got Ellie from Waycross, and then we got Ellie from Nassau. So we just think it's so cool that we're able to donate money to the charity that rescued our dog. And so I
Sure,
just love that
absolutely.
it comes full circle, and Beth's already ordered like giant checks with like we can write in,
Nice.
you know,
Yeah.
you know, we've got the big check. We're going to take Ellie to the Humane Society and make the donation. And so we're excited to be able to do things like that
Oh, for sure.
in the future. You know, I know one thing that we talked about, because our community is international, is obviously like someone overseas doesn't care about a charity in Florida. I get that. But
Yep.
what we plan to do is we wanted to start small with the charities that meant the most to us, to where we got our rescue dogs, because this is how we started everything. So our thought was we start with our local charities that we love so much, but then we use our community to give us suggestions, and then we vet those suggestions and have our community vote. And
Yep.
that vote, so we do maybe on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis, however we want to do, stretch that time out and say, okay, this is for this time we're going to go to X charity and let's pump it. Like, how much can we raise for X charity? And every month we try to hit new goals, and we
Sure.
have new contests and things. And so that's kind of where I see it growing as far as the charity side, but also we have so many other revenue streams that are coming in, and we've partnered with Brew Labs. Are you familiar with their treasury?
No, I'm not. No, that's one thing I'm not real familiar with Brew Labs.
Okay, so their treasury is super cool. Their treasury, we started up with the treasury, I believe, last week.
Yeah.
Is it 2 weeks now? Okay, all my
think
time
so.
is running together. It's been 2 weeks now. And so what the treasury does, so in a typical token world, you do the buy and you're burning for your buybacks.
Yep.
And so and it changes the chart. With the treasury, it buys the Balto tokens, but it holds them. So all it's doing is raising that floor, and you can attach any kind of revenue stream to it. So when we
Really?
have our
Okay.
NFTs, we can add our NFTs to it. When we add our merchandise shop, we can add that to it. Any revenue
Okay.
stream that we choose to add to it, we're able to do so. And all it does is it holds those tokens, and it takes them out of supply, but they're not gone.
Okay.
And for us as a team, we're able to access, like, I think it's 5% on a monthly basis. So it's not like we can just drain the whole thing and go.
Okay.
We're not trying to do that. But if we wanted to do a buyback, or if we
That's us
wanted to
thinking,
add,
like a buyback and burn or
yeah,
whatever.
or like we have staking pools, right? So we've got 30-day and 90-day staking pools. That APY, the more people that are going in, if we need to raise that APY, we can take from that treasury and add to those staking pools. Like, that's
Sure.
a really cool. So it's a
And it's
really
another
cool.
like visibility thing for our
Yeah.
team, but also our community. Because that's something where, again, our mods have us all set up where you can check
Yeah.
the treasury. Everyone really knows what's going on and can stay on the pulse of like
That's awesome.
Yeah.
really how it's
And-
growing.
Yeah, and
Very
we've
cool.
actually, we added a revenue stream, I think it was 2 days ago. We've been mining, not with Balto. We did it for another project that we had on the side. And so we had a side project of mining, and we were able to attach that to the treasury, just so
Okay.
we're basically taking what we would have personally made in revenue, and instead of us taking that, we just put it into the project.
Oh,
And so
nice.
that's now
cool.
feeding the treasury.
That's
So
awesome.
every time, yeah, you can attach any stream of revenue. And so what
Okay.
we're trying to do is build Balto as a business. Like, it's turning into a business where we're just constantly, what can we do to add to that revenue stream and to add to the treasury? And every time it's going to those buybacks, and you can initiate those buybacks whenever you want to. Like, somebody asked me on Telegram today, he's like, are we going to do daily buybacks? And one of our mods said, well, the last one we did, I think it was like 3.2 BNB. So we were saying we're waiting for it to build up.
Sure.
And he said, well, if the volume grows, then we could do it more. And I was like, I made it a joke, halfway not a joke. I was like, not if, but when the market,
Yeah.
when the volume grows, we can do it whenever we want.
Sure.
So I just think, I think it's a really cool piece of the puzzle that we added. And I'm so grateful to Brew Labs that they
Yeah,
have that
I love
offering
Brew
that we could
Labs.
attach
Yeah.
that.
I've always been happy
And
with Brew Labs.
so,
Let's see.
yeah,
MK,
to me,
let's see. He said the treasury wallet they're talking about is the same
Oh,
setup. Oh,
oh,
okay.
K-Pets.
So K-Pets is
You
doing the
told me
same
about
thing. Yeah, yeah,
you told me about K-Pets. I need to look up K-Pets. You said
yeah.
that the other day.
Yep, John
I need to
John from
make a note of that.
K-Pets. Yeah, that's another awesome community. And I mean, somehow or another, maybe y'all can link up
Yeah.
and do something together at some point, because John that's a good dude right there. They're good people, and
Okay.
the community is awesome. So very strong community. So
Sweet.
I'm
Very
personally
cool.
invested in it, and I believe in the project for sure. So
Yep.
I can
We
actually I'll put you in contact when we get off here. I'll
please.
give you John's Twitter, and then y'all can chit chat back and forth. So I'm sure he'd be happy about it.
I mean, I think the biggest thing for us right now, because we are new and because the market is not great, and so I'm not a fool. I know, like I'm not expecting huge things right now, but I think that if we continue to grow and we continue to engage, like they were saying the other night, when the market does bounce back, we're going to be in a great position. So
Oh, for
for us,
sure.
it's just like, what is the best way for us to grow our community? And
Yep.
I asked our mods that tonight. I was like, we're doing, for instance, I think I said it the other night, we do a Twitter space on
Yep.
Fridays. Well,
Yeah, you were
we
telling me
decided
about that.
so in the very beginning when we started it, we were doing a what we called a Balto burn hour, basically where we lower the taxes on the buys and for an hour, so you can get in at a low, I think it's at 3% where the buy taxes.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
we did that for an hour. And so we were calling that like the Balto hour. But then we had a separate yapping hour on Twitter a couple hours later. And we felt like that was just so confusing and it just didn't make any sense. Like, why open up your VC and do this Balto hour and then
Yeah.
do a Twitter space later when you're literally talking to the same people? Like, it just didn't
Sure.
make any sense. And so this week, what we're going to do is that we're going to do it at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so it's kind of like that middle way point for both sides. And we're going to do the Balto hour where we lower the buy taxes at the same time. So the Twitter
Okay.
space and the Balto buy hour are all going to be at the same
Ah,
time.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so we're basically merging the two because having the two things on the same day didn't
Yeah,
make any
yeah.
sense. Like
Yeah,
when we
that'd
were
be
talking about it, it
ideal.
did, but in practice, it was like it
Right.
didn't work. Yeah,
Exactly. Yep.
because we're literally talking about the same things double in the same day, so it just didn't make sense.
Yep. Yep. I get it. Let's see.
Hmm.
TJ said the treasury and our outside of Volta revenues paramount during this bear market. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, having all you have revenue coming in from other things, like you were saying, that other
Hmm.
project and stuff. So that's awesome. That's definitely awesome. And then the treasury is great because, like you said, you can just let it build up. It's just
Oh
sitting there,
yeah.
just building up, and that's way better
Right now
than
we have.
some projects. Just they'll do burns, like big burns and stuff.
Mhm.
But the people don't realize a lot of times is a lot of those burns. It's not actually like a literal buyback and burn. They're burning supply that's already sitting in a wallet that was never purchased, so it doesn't do anything for the project.
And it makes the chart look funky and all the things like
Yeah.
so right now in the treasury we have 20%, so we have 1 million tokens or 1 billion in circulation total
Mhm.
in excuse me, stop that. We've made 1 billion tokens, 800 million are in circulation, and the
Okay.
treasury right now holds 20% of those. So just the treasury alone holds 20% of that 800 million tokens, and that's only going to continue to grow.
Gotcha.
So
That's
and what
awesome.
we did is, yeah, we originally we held back 20%, and 15 of it was going to go to we're going to try to do get on an exchange, and we just felt like with this market that was not the right thing to do. So rather just have those
I
points
just
just sit
keep
there.
building.
We put it into the treasury. It's like why
Yeah,
not? Like why wouldn't you put those into the treasury? It just made sense.
Yeah, just kind
exactly.
of being mindful of like the whole brand and how everyone can see like the different elements and how they work together. Because I think
Sure.
that's the
Yeah,
other thing is like not only the roadmap, but kind of that like mentality around it of
Mhm.
it really is forward thinking versus just
yeah,
what are we doing in this moment as the market is that whole element.
yeah.
Yep, that makes sense. I just noticed the name on the dog on the right, Pineapple.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one?
That's Beth.
Yeah,
That's the
Beth.
one. Ah, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
So
That's a funny name.
Beth, please explain why she is Chief NASCAR Alien.
So she is like, I've had dogs my whole life, and I've never had a dog quite like her. Kind of like Ellie, she was found out backwoods Georgia, but she was found under a porch.
Okay.
And they were like, oh, yeah, we called pest control because we think we have this,
A rodent.
infestation or something. And it was like this tiny little bottle feeder puppy. And they were like, well, she's probably not going to make it, but we'll call someone, see if they'll take her. And so the rescue where she came from was the only one that was willing to take her overnight. And they were like,
Wow.
she might have some other things going on, we don't know, but she seems like a really good dog. And so she loves to run and like hop, but she only goes left. So
Are you serious?
yeah, like she'll go right if you kind of push it,
Yeah.
but naturally she's inclined to go left. So I always call her Dale Earnhardt.
That's hilarious.
And yeah,
I mean,
and
you
she
could have also gone Zoolander with that one too, Beth.
Right.
Yeah.
You could have been very Zoolander, like she's not an ambi turner, like
for sure.
That's
So
hilarious.
she yeah, and she loves to like steal tools and stuff. Like she's stolen tools from people in my neighborhood. Like they'll have their roofers out or other people working, and she'll grab stuff and then I have to return it. And
That's
that's not
hilarious.
super awkward at all. But we always joke she's trying to rebuild her spaceship so
That's
that
funny.
she can go home. But
That's
yeah,
so
she
funny.
knows
she's
the
a
name.
special. She's a special one. That girl,
Yeah.
we love her,
That's hilarious. And then
Yeah,
Stella.
and I love it.
Is
Stella is
yours too,
Steve's
Beth?
dog.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
Stella is Steve's dog. So Steve is one of our marketing guys. He's had to
Okay.
take a little bit of a step back. We all have other jobs, and his other job is kind of taking the front runner right now. And so Steve
Gotcha.
helped us launch Balto. We love Steve. He's definitely sticking around. But he just can't be as involved right now as he wants to be because he took a different position with his current job. And so we're just like, we're keeping you on. Stella's got to stay on because she's adorable. I love little Stella, and she is like sucked on to Steve's shoulder. We hung out with them for the launch, and everywhere Steve went, Stella went. Like she
Yeah.
was not leaving Steve's side. But yeah, we knew Steve from previous lives as well, just through marketing and stuff. And so we're definitely glad to have him on board. But it's funny, if you were to take Steve's head out, Balto would be run by a bunch of girls, a bunch of
Right?
badass women.
Yeah.
I kind
Hell
of
yeah.
like it.
That's awesome. We need more of it in the
Yeah.
space for sure. Seriously. I
Yeah.
think it's
You know,
awesome. I love it.
yeah, there's been a couple of women that we've been able to reach out to so far. I don't know if you're familiar with like Crypto Deb and Crypto Queen
Oh
Tammy,
yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I
and
love Tammy
so
and
yeah,
Crypto
we've
Dad.
been able. We were on her space last week,
Yeah.
and
I
that
remember
was
seeing a
great.
notification for it. I remember seeing a
Yeah,
notification.
she was awesome. We had a great time. And Crypto Deb, I know she's going through like some health issues right now, but
Yeah, I
she's been a
know.
big supporter of us. And so it's fun to really to meet other ladies in the space and to
Oh
talk
yeah.
and get to know each other. And so
It's
that's
awesome.
kind of a fun new avenue. I brought it up on our thing a couple of days ago, but I would think it'd be pretty cool to have if we were to able to form like an actual group where, I mean, maybe they already do it and I just haven't been invited yet. Maybe, I don't know. But like if there was like a big women's group where we got to
There's
chat and like kind of did
there
what
is
you
a
did, but
yeah,
there is?
there's like a Telegram group and stuff that I know. Have you ever talked to Crypto Empress?
I think
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. We have connected with her.
Because I was just listening to her in a space a little bit ago on Twitter, and she was talking about that to another woman in the space, saying that I think she has like a private group in Twitter and stuff just for women and stuff, women in
Oh,
crypto. So
cool.
that may be a good one to reach out to.
Yeah.
Okay.
She has a lot of connections in the space too. Like she's involved in everything. She's super sweet. So that'd be
Oh, yeah.
a good one to reach out to for y'all for sure. Definitely
Okay.
Crypto Empress.
Yeah, I know that we've connected, but I don't think we haven't done anything with her yet. But
Yeah.
yeah, I
She's
definitely
busy. She's
will
like always. She's always in Twitter Spaces and always doing stuff. So I've never even talked to her one on one, but I've just have seen her around a lot and just hear
you
nothing but
can
good things about
she's
her.
there.
So
She's everywhere.
yeah, everywhere. Yeah, for sure. Let's see here.
Cool.
So I see Shannon asked a question, but then TJ answered a little bit after that. You may have
Oh,
said this, but why did you choose BNB over Ethereum? And I
it
see
was
TJ answered a little bit down. So basically, because of the gas fees, right? So people
yeah.
from around the world are
Yeah,
able to
we
afford
wanted
it.
to, yeah, we're trying to be as inclusive as we can with this space. We want people to, be excited about the project, to feel like they can invest and to have a safe space to invest their money. And we
Yep,
just wanted to have a platform that was going to be open to everyone. And that just seems like the right platform to
for
be,
sure.
if when we get on OpenSea, that's going to, bring Ethereum buyers in. So, we
Yeah,
can open it up that way. And as we grow, if we're able to do that and move on to a different chain, then that would be great.
yeah,
But
to be able to
for us
bridge
to,
eventually.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's all. It's all in our plan.
Oh yeah,
just say, I
but
one
think
step
but
at a
right now,
time.
yeah, we just felt like to launch to be as inclusive as possible. That was the smartest way to do it.
For sure. Yep, absolutely.
Hmm.
Let's see if there's any other questions. Everybody's in here, y'all. I'm sorry if I skipped over your messages or anything. I see Steve the Canadian's in the house. What's up, Steve? Thank you all for all being here. I really appreciate it. Let's see here. Number two pencil said, just stopping by to support the channel, but I got to go to work. Enjoy your day or night at work. Number two pencil, thanks for stopping in, man. Appreciate it. I was just making sure I didn't have any questions or anything here, but everything looks good. So, um, okay, cool. Yeah, we can continue on here. I was just making sure I didn't skip over anything that was like super important for a question or anything.
Nick,
So,
not to put you on the spot, but I feel like you talk to a lot of projects and you
yeah.
know your way around the crypto market. What would you say as a new project getting off the ground? What would you like if you were launching a project? What would you say would be like your most important things? Like how would you grow your space if you had like a piece of advice to give Balto?
Oh man. I
Not to put you on
guess
the spot, but I'm going to
no,
put you on the
no.
spot.
I think I think my biggest piece of advice just from seeing other projects and stuff is like making sure you're sticking to your roadmap, everything that you have in place, and not try to like expand too quickly. You know what I mean? Going into like we just talked about, like a Ethereum bridge or anything like that. Just focus on the fundamentals of what you guys are building right now, especially because we're in a bear market right now. So if you can stick to the fundamentals and you've got charities in place, so you're building funds for that, work on the NFTs, make sure everything's like legit exactly the way that you want it and released um, on time or close to on time according to your roadmap. That would be my biggest advice. Pretty simple, but that's the biggest advice, because I see so many
Yeah,
projects. They
just do
they
what you say.
yeah, they take off and they don't keep their deadlines, or they get excited because things are growing and stuff, and then they start dabbling in this and dabbling in that and going and doing this and doing that, and before you know it, they're like stretched so thin, and then
Hmm.
it's so easy for it to all just collapse right in front of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Oh
and I
So
yeah.
think that's something we're trying to be cognizant of is like
yeah,
Yeah. Well,
Jenny and I
because
will totally,
we feel the excitement.
yeah,
We feel the excitement, and you get the feedback from Telegram, and people are asking you questions. And I
yeah.
mean, I would love to just go like magic wand, it's done. Like everything's done, it's all perfect, and it's laid out, and let's just go for it. But that's just not real life. That's not how you build a business. And because this world is so instant, like crypto is
Yep.
instant. You're shooting things around, and like you're shooting money and tokens and everything around the world at lightning speed. And so you want your information like that. Like we've all just learned this world of just like instant gratification. And
Oh
so
yeah,
I think
crypto space is so
people,
fast.
yeah, people
Everything's so
expect that
fast.
same thing. And it's just,
Yeah.
humans are still performing it, and we just can't go at that same speed. And so I think,
Yep.
As the business owner, you've got to realize and like be able to kind of take the bull by the horns and like manage the thing and just make sure
Yep.
like just make sure that you're still talking to people and you're still reassuring like, hey, we're still here, we're still going to do what we say, but we can't do it. It's not going to be
Well,
instant.
and
It's not going to be right at your fingertips.
I
Yep.
think that
Yep.
human element is kind of what helps our project, and that like we hope everyone.
Yeah, because we are who we are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and not only that, but it's like it really is going to be something from us, not just, hey, we're going to get some people in here who can do it and like develop it this way because it's faster. And, we want immediate gratification also.
Yeah.
Like if I could snap my fingers and be done drawing everything out and like code it and get all of that stuff done, that'd be
Yep.
killer. But I also know like, I respect other work that like is true, from the
for
heart.
sure.
It's work. It's, people are putting something more into it than just like going through the motions.
Just throwing it together. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And I think
Yep.
that's what we come down to is like being that point of communication and being, out here and making sure that people know that like we're real people. And
Yep. Absolutely. I think my
And one
my
thing I
other advice
will,
would probably be
yeah,
to do things to keep the community engaged. You know what I mean? Because the space does move so fast.
mhm.
I think that's important too, so people don't start kind of
How
losing
would
any
you
interest.
continue to engage? But how would you continue to engage? That would be my counter to
Um,
that. Like,
Even contests or little things, like whatever it may be. I mean, um, just simple things, even through social media, like
yeah,
the community, like everybody send a picture of their pet or something like that. Just little things to keep
yeah,
people engaged, just keep them wanting to stay involved over a period of time. Doesn't necessarily have to be giving stuff away or anything, but just keeping them
yeah.
engaged.
We are over at Balto big on these games that we've been playing recently. Do you ever get involved in these games, Nick? Do you like
Which
these like
ones?
I don't know who creates them. Well, so there's one that we've been playing that most people hate. It's called Cubo. Do you play it?
I had.
Cubo.
I don't think so.
If
Not
it,
that I
I
know.
think the people that make it is GAMEE. And so if you type that into the space and then it pulls it up, or maybe that's just a filter that our
yeah, I
mods
think that's
created.
the
I don't know. Oh, well, because they're awesome. And so now all I have to do when I want to play Cubo is hit the little hash gamey and it
Gotcha.
pops up. And that game is so, most people in our space hate it. So we're now trying to find a new game that everybody loves. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
personally love Cubo. It is super addicting and
It's
frustrating
really
all
easy
at the
to
same
love
time.
it when you're winning.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
It's
just,
one of those. So she's
Yeah,
probably good at it. Jenny
like
wins all the time, so she
if
loves
we're
it.
here
I,
for transparency,
I'm in second
let's be
place. I'm in
transparent.
second place right now.
That's
No, I was
funny.
just curious what you thought because I mean that's kind of like what we're doing is
Yeah.
I'm in Telegram, I'm playing games, we're talking about movies and bands
Yep.
and different things like that. And so I just didn't know like if there was something more in your opinion that to keep people engaged because I don't want to bore people, but I
Yeah,
also
for sure.
want I don't want I love hanging out in there. I mean, I can lose a few hours in Telegram
Oh,
sometimes, just like talking
easily.
and like doing things. And so,
Telegram and
um,
YouTube and stuff. Absolutely.
yeah,
I can lose multiple hours very quickly. Very quickly.
I I do
Zero
wish that there
fingers grim.
was one centralized app for crypto because between like Twitter, Discord, Telegram, Reddit, YouTube, I mean, there's just so many. What is it, Twitch that you are doing now?
That's how I
I
just
mean,
pulled up
there's
and TJ said, yeah, love your ability to merge YouTube with Twitch. It's going
Do
good.
you
Like I've
feel
been trying to get everybody to send over to my Twitch. The big thing is with monetization on Twitch, for anybody, they've got it in place where you can't dual stream once you're monetized on there. Once you're a partner,
oh
you can't you can post it 24 hours later, but they reserve the rights for 24 hours to your video. So
So you
a lot of
basically have to choose between one or the two.
yeah. So like right now, I'm not a partner of it yet. So I'm streaming on both right now. But I've heard some things that you could do. Like I could possibly set up two cameras. So one, it'd be the same stream but two different cameras. So it wouldn't necessarily
Got
be
it.
the same stream. You know what I mean? So but a lot of the YouTubers are starting to go to Twitch, and we're really trying to band together and push Twitch because a lot of people keep getting banned or getting their channels yanked on YouTube. It's ridiculous
Yeah, you
for
guys were
no
talking about
reason.
it.
For no reason. Yep, it's been crazy. So,
Well,
but
I did want to ask this the other night, and I think the conversation switched so fast that I couldn't ask. So for us, we have a YouTube channel. We haven't posted anything on there yet. Our
yeah.
thought was is that we would just like kind of farm everything that we do, whether it's, an AMA here or we're doing videos with our dogs, like donating checks, like anything that we do that we can post there.
Oh
But if
yeah.
we haven't
It's
actually
like our
posted
Balto
anything yet on
hours.
YouTube, do you think we should switch it to Twitch, or do you think we should just stick with YouTube for now? Like, do you think
I
that
do
the
both.
crypto space is going to Twitch and we should forget about YouTube, or
I would
like,
keep it on YouTube. I'd do both. I mean, like we're
yeah,
doing, especially if you're uploading videos and stuff, because then you could just upload them on both, and there'd be no problem. I'd do both. Definitely do
okay,
both, because I
Do you
think
ever
Twitch
feel
is
okay,
like
gonna
you get
it's gonna start
oh,
pushing on Twitch. Crypto is, but it's always gonna be on YouTube too. So I'd do both for sure.
okay.
do you ever feel like you get oversaturated with like the amount of platforms you're dealing with and kind of like going between them and all
Um,
of that?
Not too bad because I keep it pretty limited. You know what I mean? I've been really just building on Twitter and YouTube, and that's really. And now I've added in, like, I started a new Facebook that I'm linking, and now I've got the Twitch going and stuff. But I kind of keep it just in those avenues right there. So it's not too bad. But
Hmm.
Twitch is crazy though, because I mean, that's like a huge gaming platform, so it's going to take some time for like a lot of us YouTubers for crypto space to band together to really push the Twitch thing, because that thing's just saturated with like gamers
And
that
it's
have
only
like
going to
millions
grow,
of
right? I
followers.
mean,
Yeah,
as the
yep,
metaverse grows, like it's all turning into the gaming world. Like they're
yep,
already in that world. So it's only
exactly,
like, to me, those two things are just going to bridge, and it's just going to kind of feed into each other. If
exactly.
they haven't already started, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a gamer, so I have no clue. Like, I don't know. I don't even know I don't understand Twitch. I mean, I'm still like trying to figure it out.
Sure,
Um, but that'll be interesting.
for sure.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
See,
I'm ready to go to the virtual trade show with Isaitama.
heck yeah, that'd be awesome for sure.
Yeah,
Shannon said, get involved on people's Twitter conversations. Think of ways to bring people into your Telegram and Discord. Yeah, yep. Stuff like that. Just simple
Yeah,
things like that.
we've been really lucky to that point of like being able to jump into spaces and being really welcomed by the communities and
yeah.
stuff.
Beth has been great on that. I've done a couple of them. Yeah,
Yeah, I
we're
think
getting there.
TJ, yeah,
That's
helped
cool.
us a bunch on that, and I think
Yeah,
that's a great recommendation. That's something I think for Jenny and I from like a marketing side too. You're so
Yeah,
used to measuring and looking for engagement and kind of doing that, but we're also like in person
yep,
marketers, and
yep,
we're like, coming from a totally different background. Like right now,
yeah.
in my regular stuff, I deal a lot with these platforms and like compliance rules and that kind of thing.
mm-hmm.
And even that stuff is just so similar to the crypto space where it's like you're very much looking at that like digital wall of numbers and letters and hoping that you're reading it right for
Yeah,
all of that, and then it's going to measure something with ROI. But we're
yep,
new and we want to learn.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you
then we
gotta,
also realized that DeFi is the wild, wild west, and there's
oh,
crazy
for
stuff going
sure.
on.
Yeah,
And
it's
so it's like
crazy.
trying to merge what we've known in like real world marketing life, but then like
Yep,
here's
Yeah.
like whatever is gonna happen is happen. Like you know,
Yeah, you got to really
like
play around
whatever
with
happens in
marketing.
DeFi stays in DeFi kind of thing. It's
Yep,
like this
yep,
like crazy Las Vegas version of crypto. And
yep.
but we've got like our brains from the corporate world trying to like merge the two. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
It's trial and error. Yeah, yep. And
But yeah,
yeah, and
I would
marketing
definitely
is
say
crazy because marketing. I
yeah.
mean, you got to be careful like what you spend your marketing on. I've talked to many devs about
Hmm.
that because I mean, what like you said on your ROI, like what's the most beneficial for marketing and stuff,
Yeah.
and I know a lot of crypto projects they launch or before they even launch, like they want Twitter influencers and YouTube influencers,
Yeah. Those
and
are expensive.
all they care about is the numbers. They want to see somebody that has 100,000 subscribers and
Yeah.
somebody that's got 50,000 people following them on Twitter. But the thing that most of them don't understand, they just look at numbers. They don't use common sense. They just look at numbers. A lot of those platforms that have numbers like that, I mean, not all of them. I know some that are big like that they are legitimate, but there's a lot of them out there that are just
That
bought it
paid for
up.
it.
They're just bought it
Yeah.
up. Like if
Yeah.
you
They
look at
just paid for it.
interactions, like myself or Legal Alien or Jeremy Crypto Realist or some of the bigger ones, even Rodney or Ozzy Austin. I mean, you look at our engagement versus like the people that are watching it, and it's like way higher percentage than a lot of these ones that are
Yeah.
bought it up. So you're
It
like
doesn't
spending like
matter.
thousands and thousands of dollars on advertisement that is really not bringing any investment to your project.
Well, we
So
talked about you today. We had a little VC chat in our Telegram, and we were talking about this AMA tonight. And it's like this guy I'd never even heard of 4 days ago,
yeah,
but we got invited because of Seifu, because of Sean,
yep,
and now he's offered to host us again. Like how that's amazing. Like that, I was
yep,
so stoked when you reached out to us afterwards.
heck
Like
yeah,
that, these are the kind of connections that we talk about, that we want
yep,
to make, and
Yeah,
that
the
we
like
want to reach out to. And
holistic.
so it's like.
yep,
Yeah, and so in like the future, it's like Nick, is there something that you want to talk about that you to our Balto, like to our
yeah,
community? Well,
exactly,
come hang out with us. Like it all feeds together. Or like if
for
you know
sure,
a guy with a NATO nation that
yep,
has a project going on that you think would work well with us, like that's
exactly.
why we're all bridging together. And I just
Yep.
think that you can't put a price on. Like that I
No,
don't
not
want to
at
pay
all.
someone for, because it's just having a solid project and
Yep.
to be out there and to be legit and to mean what you say,
Yep.
and it's going to come to you. Like people are going to talk, they're like, hey, like these people are legit, like they're
Exactly.
pushing their project, you got to check them out. And that's how it builds. Like as
And there's
long as
Yeah,
actual
you
it's
people that are
small but
involved.
solid foundation
Yep.
versus
yeah,
And
that's
there's
all it's
actual
going to
people that
take.
believe in it. Like with y'all, there's the community, the people truly believe in what y'all are doing. And
Hmm.
like for my channel, I mean, there's a lot of people that come here on a regular basis to watch my videos and or my live streams and stuff, that are like real people, you know what I mean? Like they really care about the space and want to find good projects and stuff. So yeah, it's awesome. The more we can, group together, the more we'll grow. I mean,
Yeah,
we
why
want mass
not? Like
adoption in
why?
crypto. That's how it's going to happen right there.
Yeah, I mean, the
Seriously.
more you learn about other projects and you learn about ways to do things, it will only make each other better, which only makes the projects better, which only benefits you as a holder of that project. So it's like,
Exactly.
why wouldn't you try to benefit everybody? Like it just all feeds together. Like, and instead of people getting negative and having like FUD on different channels, like if
Oh,
they
it's
everyone
stupid.
kind of stepped back and saw the bigger picture, then you
Yep.
would see like if I'm helping you, then you're helping me, and like it all grows because your
Exactly.
community sees this community, and it just all benefits each other. And
Yep.
so, I mean, that's what we promote. That's why I love this AMA tonight, or live stream, whatever you want to call it,
Heck yeah.
because that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
And I want, to be able to do more of these. Like we're open,
Oh,
and
for
I hope
sure.
that Balto becomes a place that new people want to come. And I'm doing the same thing that you're doing. Like I just think
Yep.
that the more interactions and bringing people and talking about things and learning and growing, the better it gets. And so,
Exactly, exactly. I wanted to highlight this before it's over here, just to show because Seifu Ape, a lot of the people in the
yeah,
community are big on Seifu Ape, and that y'all have your Seifu audit, and then y'all are on their swap too, right? On the Seifu swap.
Exactly.
That's
Yep. And
awesome.
so soon, yeah, where you're going to be able to use credit cards and purchase our project through that. And so we're just
That's
stoked to be
awesome
able to partner with them.
for
I
sure.
think that I think Sean's a stand-up guy. I
Yeah,
know that,
definitely.
I'm just getting to know him, but just like you can tell just by talking to him and working
Oh, for
with
sure.
him. And Troy at TJ's only had, the best things to say about him. And so I just
Yep,
think the more people that we partner with, like Sean and like Brew Labs and like all these things that we're doing, it's just going to
exactly.
continue to grow and build.
Yep, for sure.
Hmm.
100% agree. Definitely.
Hmm.
I was looking to see if there's any questions here. Guys, I'm sorry if I skipped over comments. We've been chit-chatting away, so I apologize if I
I'm
didn't.
chatty, so you're going to have to shut me up so
No, you're all
I can
good.
talk about anything.
Let's see here. Oh, we got Miss NFT Queen in the house. Miss NFT Queen is a
Nice.
avid supporter here. She'll love. If she doesn't know much about y'all's project, she will now, and she's
Cool.
awesome. She's a great benefit to our space here. Let's see here. Just double checking other comments. Not much Crow. Just chilling and listening to family. I see people talking about Crow in here. I'm a huge Kronos fan. The Kronos
Oh,
blockchain and Crow Coin. Oh,
oh
Crow
yeah,
Coin General's in here. What's
we've
up,
got our
buddy?
card and all
Do
the
you?
things. Oh
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, every day he's telling me, he's like, we just got so much back in Crow, and every time I do this, I've got so much Crow, and so
Yeah, it's
oh yeah,
awesome.
we're all in
I'm
it.
I'm huge on Crow. Like I think it's gonna absolutely explode eventually, and um, I'm one of the few channels that really covers a lot of Kronos projects. So fingers crossed it all explode and my channel will just explode right along with it with all these other
That would be
projects, you know.
cool.
Yep,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
exactly.
we're on board with that for sure. We
Yep.
definitely see the where it's going, and we're there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, I'll have to have you come back on again, like in the near future, and then we can discuss more stuff about it. And once y'all get closer to
Yeah.
like having stuff put together for the NFTs and all that, what's the timeline? Like, when are you thinking you're gonna have your first little NFT drop? Like,
Well, we said that we were going to officially launch everything in quarter 3.
sure.
I think we've got a couple of little drops that we want to do, kind of, I guess you could say, like a soft launch before the big launch.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Just like a
really
little
to get
limited
the feedback.
series or something.
Yeah, like
Yeah, and
something.
also we want to be able to get feedback from our community, and I don't want Beth, I mean, because it is so time consuming, and because Beth, I was going to say this earlier, not to like blow you up or anything, but like Beth is very big on doing everything and making everything original, and so she
Sure.
wants to draw everything and do it right. And
That's
I'm
awesome.
I'm glad for that. And so then that takes time. She also has another job. She also has like multiple other jobs, and so
Sure.
I want her to be able to make some and us to show the community and get feedback for them before she starts to grow and do a
Yeah.
1,000 of them or
I think
whatever
that's
it is.
smart
And
for sure.
so,
Yeah. Yeah, because you can come up
yeah,
with
so
some
we're gonna,
ideas and just do a limited drop and
yeah.
then kind of get feedback on it.
And you guys actually, y'all helped with the comment the other day because you said, what if you had, a couple of different versions and then have the community vote? And I thought that was
Yeah,
a great idea.
for sure.
We
Yep.
had something similar, but it kind of changed our thought after you made that comment. And so
Yeah.
doing something along those lines where it's like, you know, more building up to the launch of like, give us your feedback. What do you like? This, and this. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
doing contests and things along those lines. And so,
Exactly.
um,
Yep.
but we know that we're launching on OpenSea. We know that we're gonna do that for sure. And we know that they're gonna be unique and awesome because Beth just kicks ass, and so we're
Yeah.
just
Yeah. It'd be
excited.
cool to do some do
Um,
like some giveaways or something like over a period of time. Just do like contests and do like a
oh yeah.
like whoever wins the contest, they can send in a picture of their pet or whatever, and then do a custom NFT for it or something. That'd be
We
sweet.
well, we ran a contest last week, and I think right now our community's a small community, and so we
Yeah.
didn't have as much. interest, I guess you could say, in that portion of it. And so we kind of had to switch gears and figure out how we're going to do that. But yes, that's exactly what we want to do in the future
That'd
is
be
we want to
cool.
be able to because she's able to do those mock-ups, and it's a really cool thing to see.
That's
And so we'll
awesome.
do more contests like that.
I'm looking
Our
forward to
first
seeing some
one,
of the artwork. I can't draw for crap. I'm
oh
horrible at
God.
drawing, but I've done graphic design for years, like Photoshop and stuff. I used to own a vehicle wrap shop, doing vehicle wraps and signs, banners, all that stuff. So I
So
love
you're in the
graphic
Illustrator
design.
world,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So I'm
yeah,
definitely
all the
graphic
Adobes.
design, and I can see. I like seeing good artwork and stuff. So it's always exciting. I love seeing all these NFTs and stuff because it's just crazy. It's cool some of the stuff people
Yeah.
come up with. Very cool.
Oh yeah. We had a
Beth's
Beth,
saying
you're
something,
muted.
but she's on mute.
You're muted.
I was just gonna say, I think there might still be some stuff up there from our like attempt at our contest.
Yeah.
Because I mocked one
Oh,
up, the loudmouth singer, and so I think that one might still be up there.
On your Twitter.
mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll have to check it out. I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah, check it out.
Definitely.
But yeah, I owned a t-shirt business before this, and so I was all up in the Illustrator, and Beth helped me out with that too. And so I cannot draw to save my life or write. I look like a serial killer when I try to handwrite anything. But I love some Illustrator, and I certainly like I can appreciate when I know the time it takes to
Yeah.
build these things because it is not easy.
No,
And so
not at
I can
all.
certainly appreciate some of the projects that I've seen, and some of the NFTs are insane. No pressure on Beth. We're not like, trying to put her in the fire or anything, but I know what we come up with is going to be really cool. And I love the idea of like collaborations with other groups and trying to
Oh,
help
for
out their
sure.
project and our project. And even having
Definitely.
our community, if they want to like hand draw something and then make very unique ideas, just things
Yep.
like one-offs where it's something that's going to be unique. And I don't know, I just think that
Yeah. Like
it's going to be a
even
really cool project.
we talked about getting some of the, rescues and other charities that we work with
Yeah.
involved in that kind of thing. That way you have like this really bespoke system.
Yep.
And you have some of those unique collections that,
Yeah, that'd be
it's
super
something
cool.
that also relates back to who you helped, how you helped them,
Yep.
and you get to like really say, this is mine. And also I did this, like I'm
Yeah.
the reason they were able to get that donation and
Yeah.
everything.
That's
Oh yeah,
awesome.
and like
That'd be super
live
cool.
minting on our Twitter, like we're talking about all kinds of stuff. Like we're so
Yeah.
stoked for, but again, all of this stuff takes time to build, and I want all of this work that we're doing in the background I want it to be worth it. And so
Hmm.
I want it to grow our community first before, we really, we're putting our heart and soul into this project. And so I want us to have the best community we can have and for them to be excited and to spread the word because I want this to do well. Like
Definitely.
this is my heart. Like
Yeah.
we're putting everything into this. And so for us, like we want our community to grow and we want them to be excited. And that's really our focus right now is to try to do that piece of it.
Yep. That's awesome. Yeah, that's what
Mhm.
Shannon said here. Take advantage of the small community, advertise that you're still growing and they can win and be involved when
Exactly.
the person wins, even if only two people did it, share it on social media. Yeah, yeah. Always share stuff on social media for sure.
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, we had, some of it even from our mods. It was like, if you want one, let us know. And he was like, no, I have a cat. Like, no one wants that.
Yeah.
And
So
so
no,
definitely
I
are,
think the bigger we grow, that contest will serve its purpose. I think that we
Oh, for
needed a
sure.
larger audience when we try to launch that. I think, it was good in theory, but as we get bigger, it'll be a better opportunity. But
Yeah.
we still are going to give away some of those. We know that there were a couple of people who bought in there in that time period that we said. And so we definitely we've already reached that. We're going to take care of that part of it. And because it was
Yeah.
like kind of a two part, it was going to be a random drawing and then there was going to be the highest buys during that time period. And so we're going to reward those guys because we know that
Okay.
they entered, maybe they just didn't do everything we said. Like they didn't like
Oh,
enter,
gotcha.
if that makes
Well,
sense.
that
yeah.
I
Like,
think to our point earlier of like we got to get all of our systems running and
Yeah.
like efficient, because we
Mhm.
also don't want it to be like, hey, I won that first contest, but I'm just getting this random, thing. Like we want it to be, this is just as good as if you get one 5 years in, and like, hey, we have a really big community and we are masters of our craft, which I honestly never expect us to be, because that's just the nature
don't
of
say that,
crypto.
Beth.
Yeah, that's like the cool part of crypto is it's always changing. It's
Oh,
like,
Gonna
yeah.
change. Yeah.
it's like
Absolutely.
marketing. You can't depend on like how something's gonna be.
No,
But
it's always
I think
evolving.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But if I
absolutely.
rolled up into a designer party and said, "Hey guys, how's that Quark Express treating you?" Like anybody that knows anything about like design programs would be like, "Oh, she's old and knows nothing about design because Quark's
Right?
been expired for like a decade now."
Yeah, seriously. Yep.
Yeah, they're
That's
like, "Quark?
hilarious.
Seriously?" Like she just said Quark.
that,
Jimmy's like, can
That's
anyone
that's
what.
funny.
help me reboot my MS-DOS program over here?
Yeah, MS-DOS. Yep. That's hilarious.
Absolutely.
And it's crazy, like Photoshop, man. It's changed so much from one version to the
Oh,
next. Oh my
Oh, just
God.
having it on the cloud is wild. Like
It is, yeah.
instead of the
it's
book
so
of like
overwhelming.
this.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's
All
so
right, guys.
overwhelming.
Well, this has been a great chat. We'll definitely do it again soon. I would keep going now, but I have another AMA here at
No.
40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes. So,
Oh, that's
um,
right. You've got one. Yep.
yeah, I've got a Boomer Squad NFT. It's an NFT project on the Kronos blockchain coming on. So
Nice.
they're cool people. So,
Super cool. Well,
looking forward to
Nick,
that.
thank you so much for having us. I really
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll do it
I
again
mean, for
soon.
anybody that, yeah, and anybody that wants to check us out, we're at baltotoken.com. It has all of our links to the
Yep.
Telegram, Twitter, all of that stuff.
I
So
believe I've got
check
you
us out on
links.
our.
I've got you links in the description on this video too. I'm pretty sure I put them in
Oh,
already.
awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, check us out. We've got some cool things in the pipeline, and we're just stoked to be in this space. We got a positive vibe going on right now. And we're always in our Telegram. We're always on our Twitter. So just check us out and come hang out.
Come hang out Friday night on the Twitter space. What
Yeah.
time is it at?
Yeah. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So
6
5
p.m.
o'clock
Eastern.
your
Okay.
time. We're
Okay.
going to be doing our Balto hours. So that means if you want to get in on the fun, we're going to be lowering our buy taxes to 3%.
Cool.
For the hour. So it's a great
Nice.
entry point. We still have a low market cap. It's a great time to get in because as
Yep.
we're doing these buybacks and everything, it's just going to be, we're growing our business. So it's a
Yep.
really good time to get in on the fun.
Exactly. I agree. Well, thank you all so much. I appreciate it. And everybody in the audience here, thank you all for tuning in. And yeah, if you guys have questions, just reach out to them in Twitter or Telegram, or reach out to me. I can put you in contact with them if y'all need anything or have questions or whatever. But I appreciate everybody being here. If y'all have time, come back and join my next AMA here in a little bit. And we'll be chatting with Boomer Squad NFT in a little while, but we'll have you all back on, in the next couple of weeks for sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
And then I'll touch
Yeah,
base.
we'll have some new news to share with you for sure.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
and hopefully you can jump in one of the spaces that we do have sometimes.
Oh,
That's what I was thinking. Like Friday, I'm planning, as long as something else doesn't overlap with that, I'm planning on jumping on
Oh,
Friday.
yeah,
For sure.
you come over, we'll pull you up and make you talk. We like to put people on the spot.
Oh, yeah, I'll come up
right
there and
now,
chat away.
well, we feel like some people are a little shy right now. We're sort of just like, come on, like share the love, let's
Heck
go.
yeah.
And so
Exactly.
we hope with every week people start to feel a little more comfortable. Every week we'll have new things to share. And so I mean, that would be so awesome if you could come and we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about.
I definitely will. Absolutely.
Awesome.
All right. Well, y'all have a great night and enjoy your Florida weather. I'm jealous. I wish I was in Florida right now.
Come on, it's here.
Right. All right. Y'all have a good night. We'll talk to you soon. Audience, have a good night.
You.
Thank y'all. Goodbye.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.